Now we're gonna move on to my gaming topic.
Okay.
So we're gonna flick that switch and become game journalists.
Let's scratch that itch.
Gonna that. Yeah. Chocolate Daddy should really be a Muse Coping pick at some point.
Should get him on the show.
Oh, could you imagine? Is he even in Get Him to the Greek? Like,
No.
do you see him never? No?
No.
Awesome. Well, so my gaming topic this time, I recently got my 10th platinum trophy on PSN. And you were responsible for me actually collecting trophies and getting trophies and caring about them. And over like must be 2-3 years maybe now.
Probably.
They've become like a really integral part of how I play games. But getting my 10th platinum trophy, I want to look back a little bit and be like, what was the best platinum experience that we've had? So like, out of all the trophy lists, getting a platinum trophy for them, what has been the best all-round experience? Like, what has been the platinum of our platinums?
Okay. Do you want me to lead?
You can do. I was gonna lead with like what games we have platinumed first.
If you want.
So I'm gonna read you mine out real fast. So
cool. I'm gonna forget mine because I didn't write them down.
Yeah. So Far Cry 4, Shadow of Mordor, Walking Dead Season 1, Telltale Batman, Virginia, Dishonored Definitive Edition, Dishonored 2, Tekken 7, Ratchet and Clank, and Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay. The top of my head.
Yeah.
The first Arkham Asylum game was actually my first platinum, I think, as well. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Tekken 7, Far Cry 4, Shadow of Mordor. There's more. I have 7, I think.
Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2. Oh, Titanfall 2. That's such a good game.
And I want to say, do you have a Telltale one?
There's probably a Telltale one.
Yeah, I think it's Walking Dead, probably.
Yeah, I think the first episode of that, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. I remember there being something with platinums where, like, I got the season pass and only one of the things actually had a platinum. And it was really annoying. And I had to, like, replay a bunch of that as well. That was my worst platinum experience, if you want to know that.
Fair enough.
Because
I put those down. I was like, because Virginia and the 2 Telltale ones I got are, like, I do like it when, like, games have a platinum, regardless of what they are or their trophy lists. I just, like, to pick those as my favorite would be wrong, because it's like, I think to get a platinum, it's really satisfying if there is some difficulty there.
I mean, like, my difficulty was the reason I didn't like that, because when I first played The Walking Dead, I didn't have an internet connection for some reason, which meant the first half of the trophies didn't sync.
Oh god, that's
so
a
I
nightmare.
had to play like 4 episodes of The Walking Dead over again. And like, you know, once you played one of those games once, you can go back and make different decisions, but the story progresses in the exact same way.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
just dialogue that's
your
different.
overall experience doesn't change that much. And I had to play so much of that again just to get the platinum, and it was like not worth my time.
Yeah.
But
Gordon had a similar thing. He didn't sync his trophies on the PS3 when he first played Walking Dead. And he didn't get a platinum trophy for years. And then I told him to sync his trophies more. And then he suddenly got like 3 platinums because he'd played quite a lot of Walking Dead games or Telltale games. So, yeah. Yeah, all right. So you have a lead then. What
I don't know.
games?
Do you want like a top 3? Because I know what my favorite one was.
Give me a top 3.
So like Tekken 7 actually would probably be my third one.
Okay.
Just because like overall the trophies weren't that challenging. There was the one for getting like 50,000 points in practice mode. Literally just went as a Kuma and just mashed R1.
Yeah.
And because obviously the training dummy doesn't move, I just pressed R1 for like 3 hours and got the trophy, which was not that rewarding. But like the most satisfying thing was going into an online tournament as like a 0 rank. Like I had never played an online tournament. And I beat a grandmaster level player when I was playing as Lucky Chloe, and he got so mad and he like kept sending me messages like, "You're really spammy, wasn't a good fight," and all this. And I was like, really? Because it seemed like you lost anyway, and I don't care. Because like nothing satisfies me more than when someone plays a game like religiously and I can go in and still beat them. And to be fair, like he called me spammy. I wasn't being, because I knew.
People call that as soon as it soon as it happens. Like,
because Lucky Chloe is kind of by default a little bit like that, because a lot of her moves chained together from the same like basic starter moves. Like you have to do the same first move to then lead in.
Yeah.
But like I trained with Lucky Chloe because I played like all the treasure hunt mode and everything with her. So it was really fun, and I like enjoyed playing as her. So I actually did fight him and won legitimately. He was just pissed off.
Yeah,
and
I feel like any character in that game could be called spammy if you play them right. So it's like, you know,
there was one guy who played Law against me, and he just did a cartwheel kick, then low kick, then a cartwheel kick, and it locked you in like a stun lock, and you just couldn't do anything.
It's the worst.
So yeah, everyone is like that. But yeah, that game was fun, and that was the last trophy I needed, was the win a battle in an online tournament, and it was really funny to me because the guy sent me a message, and I was like, yeah, thanks, came for the trophy, stayed for the advice. Like I did not care at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Titanfall is probably my second one, because Titanfall 2, really, because I don't have an Xbox, and we're talking about trophies here. Let's come on. True. Titanfall 2, such a fun game. I really loved it. I think like most of those kind of fast-paced shooters, I'm quite good at. Like
you're very good at those.
Not by practice really, even, because I don't play them that often. Just when I do, I get like really into them for a few months. But Titanfall 2, I just really, really like the movement system, like all of it, like the way you could build speed and then like slide under shit, and like you could put together really cool movement combos, and you could, as you were doing them, still be shooting at people and like getting kills. And then the Titans added like a nice layer of the combat system where you would go from that like fast-paced stuff to like full on just toe-to-toe with another Titan, which was really cool. But
yeah,
that game
like really like snuck up on you, because I remember we were playing it quite a lot at the time, and then just out of nowhere you were like, you had a day or two off, and it was quite similar to Tekken actually, where it's just like you were just like, yeah, I'm gonna platinum this, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, like I don't often, like I only get a day off a week sometimes because of uni and work. So when I do get them, and I just like, I get a game I really like to play, sometimes it's just in my nature to be like, well, now I want to get the platinum because it's like it deserves my time, which actually is a big thing for me in getting a platinum in a game. I'm not going to platinum a game I don't like.
Yeah, totally.
Like I don't think I have a single platinum that I haven't enjoyed the game, because it's like I need to enjoy it to do it.
Yeah, but for sure.
Titanfall had some like okay trophies as well. Even like the difficulty one, I quite enjoyed doing, because it's just like nice proving like, yeah, I can complete that on the hardest difficulty.
Sure.
And what?
Yeah.
Took me not even that long actually. It took me like a day to complete it on the veteran difficulty. So
yeah, I
was pretty happy with that.
Wait, is there another one or?
Yeah, I just didn't know if you wanted to cut in with anything, but I'll do my last one.
I think, yeah. Well, what you said about you wouldn't want to platinum that you didn't enjoy the game. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want that to be like, because people can view your trophies, so it's like I wouldn't want. I think Colin Moriarty said this at one point. He was like, it's a good like way to show how you spend your time. Like if you platinum a game, you've probably spent more time on it. So it's like, you know, if it deserves your time, then you want to show that.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to showcase, is that
exactly,
you've spent time in it and enjoyed it.
I do value my time, and I value my time off. So I'm not going to bother, you know, slogging through a game just for the sake of a platinum. If I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that vein, my last one is Shadow of Mordor. Yeah. Which is like an obvious one, I think. It was one of the first, I think that was the first platinum we both got. Like
I think Far Cry 4 was, and then we jumped over, I think.
Yeah, you might be right, actually. But it was the first like separate one we got, because to be fair, we did Far Cry 4 together.
Yeah, it was very
a
co-op
game.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Shadow of Mordor was the first one we like went toe to toe to be like, we're going to get the platinum. I'm going to get it first, kind of thing. Yeah. That was like the first platinum race. Yeah. But it was just such a fun game.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
The combat, obviously, like most third-person combat now, it was like Batman stuff. But it looked really good. Like, it was really nitty-gritty, like, because you were using swords and everything. And, like, there were a couple of, like, iffy trophies where it was, like, the level 25 rune one and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that kind of sucked.
Which sucked just because you had a chance of getting an epic rune instead of a level 25 rune. And then
yeah,
you would
it was
have
more
had
of a chance of getting an epic one.
Yeah. Thankfully, I got it on my first attempt, and I think you might have done as well.
I think I got it, first or second for sure. We didn't have to spend that much time doing it.
We didn't have a lot of time on that, so that was lucky. But there were a couple of iffy trophies. But the game was just so fun to run around in. And like, even if you weren't going for a trophy, even if you like burned yourself out a bit and you just wanted to kill enemies, like it was so fun to do that. Yeah.
The thing that stood out to me with Shadow of Mordor, and I think it's why it was so satisfying to me at the time, was when we first like played through the game, because I think we played it through, we had a tiny little break, played something else, and then came back and got the platinum. And I think when we originally played it, we both thought that the platinum was unattainable because we were like, oh, that's such a difficult trophy, and like, how do you kill like this many people like while riding in Caragor? Like, it's so difficult.
Yeah, or like there was the poison the feast one where you had to like get down behind a feast somehow and poison the grog and kill people that way.
Yeah,
which just seemed like such a difficult stealth thing to do.
Yeah, and so going back and like getting that platinum felt really good, especially I think it was my second platinum trophy. So it was like the first one was like, whoa, I got my first platinum, like it was really cool, and the second one was like, yes, I'm good at a game.
Yeah, and I really like it when trophies like support the game
for sure,
like, and support the systems in the game, because like you say, the Caragor one, I was like, how am I ever going to do that? But then like I watched a video on it, and
it just made sense.
The developers just literally the developers literally just like, they laid out a course and they just left it to the player to find it. And like, granted, I had to look it up, but the tools were there. Like there was literally a line of enemies over the course of like a kilometer or whatever, and if you knew where they were, you could literally ride beginning to end and kill them.
It was a quest or like a hunting thing or something.
But
yeah, it
was really cool. I just like it when trophies support the game you're playing.
Yeah.
And like actually work with the systems, because then it makes it satisfying when it all comes together.
I'll probably talk about that more when we come to talk about game difficulty later. But it's like, the trophy list really suited that game because it was a challenging trophy list. There were a couple on there that were tough to get, but you know, the organic ones fit as well with like, you know, the whole challenge to reward ratio, because you were playing the game, and then it wasn't like an organic trophy in, say, like Assassin's Creed 2, where it's like you just get a trophy and you're like, oh, what was that for? It was like you did something and you were like, I did something really cool, and it just rewarded me for it.
Yeah.
And it was that kind of organic. But yeah, I think that's a really good choice because it's up there for me as well. I found it really difficult to put mine like in an order, so I'm just gonna like go through mine and then say my favorite. So Far Cry 4 was my first one, and it felt amazing to get. Because I think that's the thing, when you get a platinum trophy for the first time, you're like, oh my god, that's so cool, I've done something, like I've done everything in this game, I'm really good at it. And yeah, I think the trophies in that game fit the game well as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a lot of them were like, you're gonna do this anyway, so it's like...
Although, there was one thing I actually disagreed with in Far Cry 4.
The rock one?
No, fuck that. We're not talking about that. It was the fact that you only had to get like 10 of each collectible or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was
like
dumb.
Half of the collectibles or whatever.
Yep.
It's like, don't make me get half the collectibles for a trophy and that be it. Either make me get a trophy for all the collectibles or don't have collectibles.
Yeah.
Because if there's no reward at the end of doing it, you wouldn't continue.
Well, yeah.
And I didn't. Like I collected half of them and I was like, all right, trophy, done.
Yeah. I was like, there's no incentive to carry on, so I'm not gonna.
It was just pointless. I didn't really understand why they did it that way.
But yeah, that was my first, so it'll always mean a lot to me. Shadow of Mordor I've kind of gone through. I've said about the middle three. Like I'm still. That's the thing. I wouldn't say I don't think the difficulty of like Telltale ones and Virginia, which was a lot of like organic ones and then just like making a choice, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm really proud of them. I'm just like, I have those platinums. Like I'm happy with them. I'm just not like shove them to the front of my case.
Yeah.
So yeah, next one, Ratchet and Clank, was I think if the question was what was your favorite game that you have platinumed, that would really be up there for me, because it was just like the fun of that game really like consumed me, and I was like, I'm gonna play this and then I'm just gonna get the platinum.
Yeah. I was playing Bloodborne when you played that. I was like, it was really disconcerting because I was like,
completely different game,
batting away fucking like giant beasts, and then you were like, I made a tank dance.
Yeah. But like I just had no problem. It didn't feel like work getting the trophies. I just had no problem in playing it over and over again. Having said that, a bit like your rock trophy in Far Cry 4, that Groovatron trophy was awful.
Yeah.
And the fact that I did have to play the game, I think it was a third or fourth time, because the trophy didn't work. Because I 100%, the first time I did it, I got every fucking enemy. I'm not letting anyone tell me that I didn't, because I did. It was like 2 whole playthroughs of before I did anything to any enemy, I threw a Groovatron.
Yeah.
Even though I knew I had seen that enemy before. So that sucked. So that's definitely like, it did take it down in terms of like how much I like getting the platinum, but you know, still very proud of that. Then Tekken, I think feels really good to have that trophy. But I wouldn't say that it's my favorite in terms of actually getting it. But like as I say, like I'm really proud of having a Tekken 7 Platinum.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm like Tekken is quite a tough game. Like it's known for being like a like a well established, like you have to be skilled to be good at this game.
Well, like just
thing.
look at the fucking Akuma fight that you have to get the silver trophy for.
Yeah.
Which, like, for anyone who's not familiar, he regenerates health constantly if you're not attacking him. He can teleport through you and read your button commands, and he has unblockable like fireball attacks that will knock you down repeatedly, and he fires 3 in a row which knock you to the ground every time, and then a purple one which does more damage and still knocks you to the ground. And it's such a stupid fight, but we both beat him. We both got the trophy, which was only a silver. Yeah,
which shouldn't be. But again, that is actually why our next topic is about difficulty. But
did I say Akumi? I meant Akuma.
I think you said Akuma.
Hopefully. If not, that's what I meant.
But yeah, like, as I say, because I remember playing Tekken as a kid and being like, this is tough. This is a good game and stuff. It just feels good to have that. But getting the trophy felt a bit like, I wouldn't say it felt like work, but it did feel like I am getting a trophy for this, you know? Especially the whole 50,000 in practice mode. Like,
that was the only one that really felt that way for me.
I got maybe a third of that score from just learning moves and stuff and actually practicing. The rest was I watched Hot Ones, I think, on YouTube, and I just kept spamming R1.
No, that was me. I was watching episodes of iZombie.
Yeah. So other than that, it is amazing how one trophy in a lot of games is just so bad.
They always have that one where they're like, now let's screw people over on this one.
Assassin's Creed 2 was, I feel, a really good trophy list. I saw when I was reading an article about like easy platinums, that was on there, and I was like, I wouldn't really say that that's like easy in terms of like, you know, the Walking Dead ones are easy, or like Telltale ones are easy, where it's just like you just play the game and you get the platinum. Because like there are a couple where it's like you have to be skilled, like the ones where you have to like sweep, I think it's 3 or 4 enemy guards off their feet with a spear, or like throw dirt or something. I can't remember what it is.
There's a couple of them, because there's I think one for sweeping feet and for blinding them with dust. And to be fair, you have to play the long game with that as well, because Monteriggioni you have to fully upgrade, and that takes time. That's not like easy, like I'm gonna do this, and you have to buy all the equipment and armor and everything like that. You have to be good
at the economy in that game, which is one of the best economies in the game, I think.
It is. It's fantastic.
You do have to be
They've
good at it.
Never had a better economy.
No. But yeah, but it was a good amount of time spent getting all the trophies and a good amount of difficulty to reward.
Yeah.
And also a good like organic to grinding, because they, like we said with collecting collectibles, like getting all the feathers is a grind at the end of the day. Like that's always, I would bet money that is always the last trophy people get before they get the platinum in that game, because it's like you do just have to go from city to city collecting every single one, and there's no easy way about it, because there's no map in game that tells you where the feathers are. There's that you just have to look online and find a map and then be like, all right, well, I'm here, but it doesn't tell me that on this map.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing.
Tom says in an episode of Dishonored he's in, he says that he literally took a map off the internet, put it in MS Paint, and then was crossing feathers off the list as he found them. Yeah, which is like, it's a grind. But
but overall, that's a really good trophy list. But I think the ones that meant the most to me, and I can't really pick out a favorite, but Dishonored and Dishonored 2 to me are like my favorite platinums, because not only do those games mean a lot to me because I just love that franchise, but I think that those trophy lists are legitimately quite difficult. Like you have to get platinums in those games, you have to know the game inside out. You have to play in every style that you can, and I think that's at the end of the day what a platinum kind of should be about, is like, you know, you're getting everything in the game, you're doing everything in the game. And I think that is like a true platinum experience if you get a platinum in either of those games.
Yeah. And like a minimum, you have to do like 3 or 4 playthroughs easily on both of those just to even get.
If you fuck it up, you have to do it again. But like again, it's not like Ratchet and Clank was like, where it's like, I keep saying like, where you have to play the game again because a trophy glitched out. It's like you will have messed up somehow, or you will just have to play the game in another different way.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there was like an iffy thing with Tom, where the first time he played Dishonored 1 for his Ghost one, I think.
I think it was Ghost and Clean Hands.
Yeah, he got one but not the other. Like he got Clean Hands but not Ghost.
That was the same.
Even though he legitimately had not been detected. Like his overall detections were showing 0. The trophy just didn't pop.
Yeah, that was definitely a problem with Dishonored 1. But they'd fixed it with Dishonored 2.
It didn't occur again in the
It's because they had like, it was really dumb. It was like Ghost and Clean Hands were different. And like the description were slightly different for each.
It was like, don't get seen and don't kill anybody. But like, it should have been grouped into one trophy. Because if you're not getting seen, you're probably not killing anyone. Or if you're not killing anyone, you're probably not getting seen.
Yeah.
Like it should have just been one thing. But
yeah, getting those platinums was such a pleasurable experience for me, just because it was like, I think like, from the outside of a game, especially as like a stealth game, if you just look on from outside, you're like, oh, you have to get the platinum trophy, you have to do the entire game without being seen. That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm pretty proud of the fact that I've done that. And just like how well I know those games. I just think it was really fun to get those platinum trophies.
Yeah, fair enough.
Never felt like work. It was just like, I want to play these games this way anyway, and then I'm getting trophies for it.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. If you have a favorite platinum and you're watching this on YouTube, comment down below. Or, send us an email or whatever if you want us to talk about any of that other kind of stuff. If there's anything we missed out, any games that you think deserve a mention for trophies, let us know.